Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you are well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more relationship stories. If you do love a relationship story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, as it all really does help out the channel. And let's jump straight in to today's first story. Now, today's first story comes from FB Dilemma, who says, my 21 male girlfriend 21 female is angry and upset because my new Facebook profile pic has me and my sister in it. I recently turned 21 a few days ago. My girlfriend, who's also 21, couldn't make it to my 21st birthday party because she was traveling on a trip overseas. I told her that's okay, I was just going to have a small party with me and my family. I know people normally have a big party for their 21st. My parents offered to throw me one, but I told them I'd rather just have a family party. It was really fun, me, my parents and my two sisters, 22 and 24. My mother baked a wonderful cake and we all had a great time. Just before I was about to blow out the candles, my older sister took a picture of me sitting by my sister, just as she was kissing me on the cheek, right as I was getting ready to blow out the candles. It was a really adorable picture, and everyone in my family loved it. My face was red and flustered, both from shyness and getting ready to blow out the candles. It was a really cute photo. My smile came out so natural and unintended, and we both looked so adorable. I wish I could show you guys, but I won't. They told me I should make it my profile pic on Facebook, and I agreed, so I did. Later I was talking to my girlfriend through Skype and she was asking about my birthday and how it went. I told her it was really fun and I enjoyed it. It's a shame she wasn't there and that maybe next year I might have a bigger party if she's there. All seemed okay. Well, then she told me she noticed I'd changed my profile pic and started telling me how the new picture made her upset and uncomfortable. I told her I didn't understand and she said she didn't want a picture of another girl kissing me. I told her it's just my sister. That's insane to even think that. She said she knows, but other people who see the picture might not know. She said that other people who see the picture might think it's another girl or maybe even a new girlfriend. I told her that's silly and ridiculous, especially since her name was tagged in the picture and people could see we have the same last name, so would probably put 2 and 2 and guess we are siblings. Plus the facial resemblance would also give it away. Nevertheless, she still seemed quite concerned and is adamant for me to change my profile picture. What should I do? Is she right? Is this a reason to be worried enough that I changed my profile picture, or is she overreacting over this and I shouldn't change my profile picture? Yes, I think she's taken it too far in this particular situation, absolutely. I mean, it's your sister, simple as that to me. And I know many people have like different family dynamics. Some people are not comfortable with kissing their siblings, some people are. I mean, one time I mentioned that me and my brothers still kiss each other on the cheek when we see each other, we give each other hugs and all that sort of stuff. We're not shy about showing affection towards one another. And some people in the comments absolutely lost it at me about that. They was like, that's too weird. And I was like, what? I mean, it ain't changing me whatsoever, we still do that. No one's going to change us doing this. But it certainly did give me another perspective that some people do see this as slightly strange, I guess. But to me, this is your family and this is how you guys react around each other. So to be removing it on Facebook because you're worried about what someone else might say, they might think that you're in a relationship with this person, then you just correct them and say, no, that's my sister. Simple as that, really. And I mean, what if we go beyond just the profile picture? Do we go back through your catalogue of photos on your profile as well and say, wow, you got other family members in there with your arm around you, kissing you on the cheek or something like that? Do you have to remove all the photos? Absolutely not. But we do have an update to this as well, so we'll cover that in a second. But Eating Bread says she's overreacting. It's not like it's some random girl you met on vacation. It's your sister, and it's just Facebook. The Fireflies replies to that saying this can't possibly be highlighted enough. It's just Facebook. I get that many people live out their lives on Facebook and that it's a valid means of sharing your life, but it's not the be all and end all representation of your relationship or your life in general. My boyfriend and I, and plenty of other people, don't even list our relationship on Facebook. We are not hiding it, neither of us just find it's important to publicly state. We both feel that the people who matter to us will know about our relationship. My relationship status doesn't matter to the rest. Your girlfriend needs to take a breather and recognize that Facebook does not have to exist just so people can get a picture-perfect perspective on her life. Opie replies that saying, "Yeah, I don't list my relationship on Facebook either. I might probably ask her if she wants me to. That might make her feel better, but I'm completely the same as you. Everyone who knows me and everyone who matters to me already knows my relationships. I don't need to advertise it to total strangers." Just Impatient says it is irrational, yes. However, you want your partners to share their irrational thoughts with you so that the two of you can communicate and solve the problem. It bothers her. She probably doesn't know why it does, and she's telling you that. She needs your help getting over this. That's what we do as partners. Don't get defensive, do not attack her. "Hey, I'm extremely sensitive to your feelings and your comfort level, but everyone knows I'm in love with you. We'll take a great picture together sometime, and that will be my new profile pic. It is my sister. Everyone who matters knows that's her. Everyone who matters knows I'm crazy about you. Is there something I can do to help us move past this?" Once the conversation is over, thank her for bringing up her feelings to you and working through the issue with you. Yes, of course you can say, "That's crazy, I'll do whatever I want on my Facebook." Do that if you are interested in a relationship where you attack each other rather than solve problems. Oblivious Citizen says, "I recently got married. There was a photo of my brother who stood up for me with his arm around me, planting a kiss on my forehead. We both looked classy as shit. Him in his white shirt, bow tie and suspenders, me in my beautiful dress, hair all done up. It's a great picture and he put it as his profile pic. A matter a few hours later, a friend of his comments, 'Holy shit, you got married, congrats dude.' It's never even occurred to either of us that someone would assume he was the groom. He simply responded, 'No, that's my sister. My sis got married, lol.' And that was that." A deleted user says, "Am I the only one who finds the constant repetition of the word adorable to be part of the creepiness factor here? Like, I get that your parents think it's adorable, but like, how old is your sister? And you are blushing. I feel like the way you're describing this photo makes it seem a bit off, so I can see how a girlfriend in real life might find it to be off. I'm not saying incest at all, I'm just saying your family relationship seems a lot closer than others. I'm one of the legions commenting here that would never kiss my brother on the cheek, let alone take a photo of it. Our photos together are standing together when my mum gets us all in a group to take a photo. We just stand together, no kissing." Wait OK says, "She may just not understand your family dynamic. I'd absolutely never kiss my brother on the cheek. I feel it's weird your 24-year-old sister to show affection in that way. My family is emotionally close but physically distant. Some families are really touchy, huggy and affectionate. It may be hard for her to come out and say, 'It's weird your sister kissed you,' and you put it on Facebook. So she's beating around the bush." And one more from Simply Jax who says, "It sounds like a great picture, but I understand where your girlfriend is coming from. It's another girl kissing her man on a public platform that many of her friends can see. Yes, it's only Facebook, and it's only your sister, and it's a stupid argument, but that's how relationships kind of go, man. Sometimes there's these really stupid conflicts that arise with no reasonable person should care about, but reasonable people do end up caring. I think what you should focus on is how she approached the subject with you. She, from what I read, seemed calm and she said she didn't like it and it made her uncomfortable. It sounds like she is really trying to communicate and discuss her feelings with you, which I think is rare in a young relationship. If it were me, I wouldn't let some silly Facebook picture cause tension between me and my SO. I'd probably think she is acting a little crazy, but I would take it down and that would be the end of it." And there was a reply from Opie on that one. So it said, "I agree she was calm in the way she approached it. She wasn't like, 'Oh my fucking god, take it down you bastard.' But I feel it's still a silly thing to get upset over in the first place. I don't know, maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm the one that doesn't get it. But I don't really want to take the picture down. It's from a really happy memory and my sister took it. My parents told me it was beautiful and an adorable picture, and they also suggested I make it my profile pic, and I agreed that it was an adorable picture. I don't know, I don't really want to take it down." So our first update. I told my sisters about the situation, how my girlfriend was unhappy with the new profile pic and the reasons why, i.e. she thought somebody that saw it might make the wrong connection. They both laughed and asked, "Is she crazy?" jokingly. I then proceeded to tell them that while I completely disagreed with her logic and reasoning, and while I thought she was overblowing the issue, I think I might get rid of the profile pic to make her happy. The younger sister, they're both older than me, but one is 22, the other is 24. The one who was in the pic with me said she didn't really care. She said she was a bit disappointed that I was going to replace it so soon, but it was my Facebook and she doesn't care about Facebook anyway. The older sister was sort of upset though. She told me she had really liked the photos she had taken of her two younger siblings on such a meaningful occasion, and she was really proud of it. She said we hardly had any family photos together since we had all grown up, and all of our old family photos were of when we were kids. She said memories as young adults are still important, and we would still want to look back and remember them someday. That's why she still thought taking photos of nowadays was important. My older sister also pointed out she was sad that I was so ashamed of a photo she had taken of her two younger siblings that she was immensely proud of. I corrected her and pointed out that it's not me that was ashamed of it, rather my girlfriend who didn't like the picture, and that's why I was taking it down. My sister said I should stop trying to hide behind my girlfriend as an excuse, and that if I took the picture down it would be entirely my decision, and if I do it I should at least defend it using my own argument instead of just saying she made me do it. We then reached a compromise. I'll keep the picture up for 1 week as my profile picture, then I'll change it to something else. In the meantime, my sister had taken many other photos of our family during my birthday, and I said I'd go with her to get some of them developed and we can frame them and put them up around the house. They were both okay with that, and it seemed like a well enough solution. Later, I was talking to my girlfriend on Skype. I articulated to her my feelings. I told her while I respect and understood her motives for wanting me to change the picture, I myself wanted to keep the picture up for another week. I didn't try to use my sister pressuring me into it as an excuse, but instead I took responsibility for my decision. Although I did mention that they seemed upset at the suggestion to take it down, and I was taking their feelings into consideration when I made the decision. I also told her that after about a week I'll put up a new picture of me and her as my profile picture. Then when she comes back from her trip we can take a new picture together and I'll make that my profile pic. I should point out that none of her profile pics or her current ones have featured me. They've always just been single shots of her, usually like at the beach with sunglasses and a bikini. That kind of picture, just her, not me, nobody else. Anyway, she agreed to this and said it was my decision, and thanked me for appreciating her feelings and not dismissing them. Again, it seemed like a well enough solution had been found. Alas, that was not the end of it. The picture itself, which was now my profile picture, while getting many likes, was also getting some nasty comments. Lots of people, including friends who know me, know my girlfriend, know my sisters, etc., were posting really rude and lewd comments or joking about the picture. I had no idea what they were on, but even one of my cousins made a silly comment. Some guy even posted, "What the fuck?" I thought it was ridiculous. Sometime later that same day, I was talking to my girlfriend again. She told me she had changed her mind and she really wanted me to change the profile picture. She was unhappy with it. I asked her why it was bothering her so much. She told me she wasn't personally comfortable with it. I told her it's just my sister's. She was like, yeah, but it's not a sisterly kiss in the profile pic. I had no idea what the hell she meant. It was just a kiss on the cheek, but I said fine. I deleted the picture from my Facebook and computer. I was actually kind of peeved and I deleted my entire Facebook account. Yep, I deleted my entire Facebook account and I don't regret the decision one bit. I should have done it ages ago. No Facebook, no problem. My girlfriend asked me where my Facebook had gone. I told her it was deleted. She said that was unnecessary and I had overreacted. I told her I did it for myself because I didn't even want it anymore. It was annoying and tedious and I never liked it. She asked me how we were supposed to communicate and stay in touch now. I told her we were communicating every day using Skype. We don't need Facebook to stay in touch. She said, but what about sharing pictures? I told her we can send pictures on Skype. She pointed out that takes really long and it's much easier to just upload pictures to Facebook where we can both see them. I then brought up a risky suggestion. I told her why don't we just use her account? She can give me her password and I'll use her account to view her pictures whenever I want to, and I can upload pictures of me and her onto her account. To my surprise, she was really receptive to that idea and instantly accepted. She wanted to change her name to make it look like a joint account for both of us. I told her that was unnecessary. She can keep it under her name and details, but just have it used by both of us. She agreed. She also asked me not to read any of her private messages, and I agreed. She changed her own profile pic to a picture of both of us and said when she gets back we can take a new one. Now I know what so many of you are going to say. Oh my god, you use her Facebook account. You are so controlling and obsessive and creepy. Well, it was something we both agreed to, and even though I suggested it, she was receptive to it, and it was something we both wanted, and thus it was both our decision. And I fully intend to keep my word not to snoop through her private messages. I'm actually really glad she trusts me and believes my word on that. I logged into her Facebook account using her password just to see if it works. Turns out it does. She really did give me a true Facebook password. I trolled her and wrote on her page using her account, "I really love," user's name. "He's the best boyfriend in the world," with a love heart. Then I logged out. I was half expecting her to delete it, but I logged in 3 hours later and saw it had not been deleted, but she had liked the comment instead. As for my older sister, I still intend to go with her to get those photos developed, just like she promised I would. I sort of agreed with her on what she said, that these memories are important and we should try to remember them. My sisters were all like, "I can't believe you deleted Facebook. You always overreact to everything. You're a freak, etc, etc. I told them Facebook is literally stupid and I never really liked it. I always found it an annoying distraction which I never really enjoyed in the first place, because my front page is always flooded with shit I don't care about and I'm always getting invited to play shit I don't care about." And we have one more update which we're going to jump straight into. Well, she came back from her trip and things weren't going well since then. Some of my friends kept trying to pressure me into creating a new Facebook account, telling me it's silly how I share one with my girlfriend. I told them I didn't want one and refused. Anyway, things hadn't been going well since my girlfriend got back, and I'm starting to feel that she'd always really hated my sisters. Or so it seems that way. It began when I went to go pick her up from the airport. She had been messaging me before she got on the plane about how excited she was to be coming back home and to see me, and she was really happy. When I picked her up, she was in a really sour mood. I had brought my sister with me to help give directions on my way to the airport using the GPS on the phone, and also to help me with the luggage if we needed any. As soon as we greeted her at the airport after I hugged my girlfriend, she turned to my sister and said, "Oh, you're here." She was smiling, but the displeasure in her voice was so apparent. On the drive back, my sister sat in the back seat and my girlfriend sat in the passenger seat, but she was pretty silent the entire trip. Every time I asked her about her flight or whatever, she didn't seem very interested in answering. Sometime later, she told me on the phone that she wishes I hadn't brought her to the airport when I went to pick her up. I convinced both my sisters to take her out shopping one day and just to go have a day spending fun. The three of them, without me, so maybe they could get to know each other and like each other more. They came back and it seemed to have gone really well. They were all smiling and laughing and happy. They all said they really enjoyed it. Sometime later, everything went rapidly downhill. My girlfriend was visiting me at my house and we were all sitting in the lounge room during midday. She kind of got into an argument with one of my sisters, and my sister made this joke comment aimed at my girlfriend that referred to the whole earlier incident with a Facebook picture. She kind of implied that my girlfriend was incredibly jealous and controlling, but without actually saying that. After that, my girlfriend openly told me she doesn't get along with my sisters. I told her I understand, not everyone gets along, and I won't try to change that. She said she'd never come to my place again unless she knew my sisters weren't there. This made things incredibly difficult, since whenever I'm at home, my sisters are usually at home. So I ended up going to my girlfriend's house most of the time, rather than her coming here. Whenever I asked my sisters if they could kindly vacate the house in the evening for a couple of hours or so I could have my girlfriend over, they refused, saying they shouldn't have to bend over to her controlling behaviour. Every time my girlfriend asked to come over and for me to make my sisters leave, I'd have to explain to her that I couldn't force them to leave and they refused to. There ended up being a big fight between all of them. I just stood watching in horror at the whole thing. My sisters later openly told me they both thought my sister was a jerk and I should leave her. I was talking to my girlfriend later and apologizing for my family. She started telling me that I was siding with them and I should take her side. I told her I didn't want to take sides in the whole thing and the fight shouldn't happen in the first place. I then got into an argument with her. She said some very nasty things about my sisters which offended me greatly. She called one of my sisters, a word I can't say on YouTube, to my face. I told her what she said is incredibly offensive and she has to apologize immediately. She refused and said I hadn't stuck up for her in front of my sisters or demanded they apologize and they were mean to her, so why was I demanding she apologizes now? I told her what she said was way out of line and she needs to apologize, but she still refused. I then got pretty angry with her and both of us started fighting. She then broke up with me and said we are through. I tried to apologize to her, but she said she had had it. She could no longer stand me or my family. She said she hadn't been able to stand us for a long time and enough was enough. She was like, your sisters have a creepy amount of control over you. You're always bending to them and trying to make them happy even when they are wrong. She told me my relationship with them was creepy and she had always been disturbed by it, and everyone she knows thought that Facebook photo was creepy and weird, and she hadn't told me what some of her friends had said about it because she didn't want to hurt my feelings. She then left and I was left alone feeling incredibly depressed. The next 2 days were completely miserable for me. I tried to reconcile with her but she just wouldn't accept. I at first lashed out at my sisters, telling them it was all their fault. I was incredibly sad and crying at the time. My girlfriend had been my first actual proper relationship and I really felt for her, but now it's gone. After about 2 days, I recollected myself and started feeling a bit better, having started the healing process and getting over the whole thing. I apologized to my sisters for lashing out to them, but they told me they had always thought I could do better than her, and I'd be better off without her. They seemed to think she was always mean to me, controlling, jealous, possessive, and they stated outright that the way they had seen my relationship was that it was always one-sided, me doing all the things for her and her using me to her advantage. In any case, the relationship is dead. I'm guessing there's almost no chance of getting back with my ex. I still don't fully understand how things got so bad, but maybe it's for the better. I'm sure I will have plenty of time to get over this and heal and look forward to a new and better relationships in the process. Now, where do we go with the end of that one? I'm not really sure where I stand with it at all. I was so confused because OP was just standing back the whole time and not doing very much, it felt like in the end. And he was trying to please his girlfriend in some ways, and then he was going back to his sisters and then trying to please them as well. And you know, there's just so much conflict between these two parties that there's no way you're going to see a resolution between them. But I think in any case, he needs to just step back and start making decisions for himself rather than letting his sisters do it or his girlfriend do it, and just make the choices himself, because otherwise he's just gonna get absolutely nowhere. Holy moly. But anyway, what do you guys make of this one? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and just a huge thank you for spending 20 to 30 minutes with me today and get involved in the stories. It means the absolute world. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Much love.